Restaurant Daily brings you the top headlines of the day, but did you know you can dig deeper into the industry news by listening to The Week in Restaurants, or as we call it, TWER. Available wherever you get your podcasts on Fridays, TWER features restaurant business editor-in-chief Jonathan Mays, senior editor and tech editor Joe Guskowski, and executive editor Lisa Jennings, the TWERmites, who gather each week to chew on the top stories impacting the restaurant industry and offer their insights and analysis. Follow wherever you get your podcasts.
Smaller cafes may be the secret to Starbucks' future growth. Wingstop is bringing back its Boneless Meal Deal, and restaurants are not impressed with a swipe fee settlement. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, your daily dose of the most important news in the industry from the editors of Restaurant Business and Nation's Restaurant News. I'm NRN Managing Editor Leanne Zinsmeister.
And I'm Jonathan Mays, Editor-in-Chief of Restaurant Business. Can smaller cafes help Starbucks grow? The coffee shop giant sure thinks so. Starbucks believes it can add another 5,000 locations in the U.S. and believes there are plenty of markets where it can open new units. Company executives argue that building sales in the afternoon, a key goal for Starbucks, coupled with a more efficient build-out strategy, will improve the economics enough to fuel that growth. Starbucks is going into smaller half-acre sites with smaller footprints with drive-thrus and inline locations, which it believes will open more locations in the U.S.
Wingstop is bringing back its Boneless Meal Deal, which includes 20 boneless wings, a large fry, and 2 dips for $16.99. The offering not only coincides with the World Cup, but also Wingstop's broader strategy to regain lower-income consumers who have slowed down their visits to the chain. During the company's most recent earnings call in April, CEO Michael Skipworth said Wingstop is focused on presenting value through abundance and experience, and that this effort has started to gain traction, with the highest growth cohort coming from the $50,000 to $100,000 income households.
A court has approved a swipe fee settlement, but restaurants aren't impressed. A federal court judge has approved a $38 billion settlement of a long-running legal dispute between credit card processors and merchants, including restaurants, that accuses them of monopolistic behavior. The settlement will lower interchange fees or swipe fees by 0.1 percentage points, but the National Restaurant Association and other trade groups argue that the settlement does not do enough to stop what they see as price fixing, which they argue ultimately killed 2 previous settlements of the litigation. Restaurants argue that excessive swipe fees now represent operators' third highest costs after labor and food costs.
Panera Brands parent JAB has some new leadership. David Sayre and Emiliano Roman have been named co-heads of business development and portfolio management for consumer holdings. Sayre will serve as managing director in London and Roman in New York. JAB is the Luxembourg-based investment firm that owns Panera Bread, Caribou Coffee, Einstein Bros Bagels, Pret A Manger, and more. JAB is also an anchor shareholder of Krispy Kreme and a significant shareholder of Keurig Dr. Pepper.
KFC's Supergirl collaboration is expanding beyond the menu. The chain is hitting the road ahead of the movie's June 26th release with an intergalactic rest stop tour featuring free meals, photo opportunities, galaxy glow-ups, and more. In a recent interview, KFC U.S. President Catherine Tan Gillespie said such collaborations help modernize the brand. The intergalactic rest stop tour also illustrates a larger trend in that such collaborations are extending well beyond menu launches and collectibles. Papa John's partnership with Toy Story 5, for example, includes Pizza Planet pop-ups around the world. Burger King's SpongeBob collab included the character's appearance throughout the ordering process on the app.
And that should do it for today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Check us out every weekday wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Leanne Zinsmeister.
And I am still Jonathan Mays. Do something today that future you will appreciate and not regret.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe. Restaurant Daily brings you the top headlines of the day, but did you know you can dig deeper into the industry news by listening to The Week in Restaurants, or as we call it, TWER. Available wherever you get your podcasts on Fridays, TWER features restaurant business editor-in-chief Jonathan Mays, senior editor and tech editor Joe Guskowski, and executive editor Lisa Jennings, the TWERmites, who gather each week to chew on the top stories impacting the restaurant industry and offer their insights and analysis. Follow wherever you get your podcasts.